We hope you had a restful evening and are ready for another day of insightful discussion and valuable learning.
Absolutely, Shravan. It was an incredible journey exploring the topic. So let's continue our discussion and hope everybody enjoys it. Our first speaker of the day is Professor turned CEO, soft skill trainer, speaker, Ms. Pooja Thakkar. With a passion for creating engaging and interactive learning environments, Ms. Pooja has dedicated over 6 years of experience to helping individuals unlock their potential and achieve success. Through her diverse skill set and unwavering commitment to personal growth, she ignites a love for learning in all those she encounters. Her approach emphasizes experiential and participative learning, fostering an environment where individuals feel empowered to explore their capabilities and thrive in both personal and professional spheres.
Right. Next up, we have none other than Mr. Tushar Kansal, the founder of Consultancy Services, with over 2 decades of corporate experience and a reputation as a thought leader in the startup ecosystem. Tusharji has supported thousands of entrepreneurs across diverse sectors. His expertise in venture capital, debt financing, and strategic services has shaped the entrepreneurial landscape globally, making him a sought after speaker at prestigious events worldwide. His vast network of investor and financial institutions connections has facilitated the growth of numerous startups, thus propelling them towards success on a global scale.
Our third speaker is Ms. Ishita Agarwal. She is an innovation consultant known for her expertise in solving complex problems through design thinking. With a background in international and development economics, Ms. Ishita has spent over 5 years assisting social impact startups and fostering innovation among students. Her dedication to sustainability and social impact resonates through her work, making her a valuable addition to today's lineup. Her approach to innovation consulting involves aligning solutions with UN Sustainable Development Goals, ensuring that technological advancements contribute positively to society while addressing pressing global challenges.
Next up, we have none other than Dr. Earl Louis Masakian, Associate Dean of the Philippine Law School. With a wealth of experience in the legal field and a passion for mentoring aspiring lawyers, Dr. Earl brings valuable insights to our conference today. As both a professor and an associate attorney, he has made significant contributions to legal education and practice in his country, making him a highly respected figure in the legal fraternity. Dr. Earl's dedication, advancing legal education, and his practical expertise in handling litigation enrich our discussions on legal ethics, labor law, taxation, and other pertinent topics.
We also have Ms. Roy Benitez, an anthropologist and founder of Skills for Future, dedicated to driving positive change through technology. With a distinguished career spanning public, social, and private sectors, Ms. Roy has led impactful projects and received international recognition for her contributions. Her commitment to serving humanity and promoting sustainable innovation makes her an inspiring voice in today's discussion. Her expertise in leveraging technology to address societal challenges and her experience in leading projects for governmental and non governmental organizations offer valuable perspectives on how technology can be harnessed for the greater good.
Last but not the least, we welcome Mr. John Marr, a management consultant at Ipsos, specializing in marketing analytics and business strategies. With his extensive experience working with multinational corporations in Southeast Asia, John brings valuable insights into today's conference. As an educator and mentor, he also shares his expertise with future business leaders, shaping the next generation of professionals in the region. John's deep understanding of market dynamics, coupled with his passion for teaching, enriches our discussion on topics ranging from go-to-go market strategies to competitive intelligence. His commitment to excellence in both consultancy and education makes him a formidable contributor to today's. So let's start our discussion. And just in advance, I would like to again inform all our attendees that the HR team is consistently conducting calls throughout the chat box to actively participate in the same. So I'm having technical issues. I'll try my best to connect with the laptop ASAP. Now I would like to request Ms. Pooja Thakkar to commence her speech and share her insights.
Thank you so much, Shravan. Thank you so much. First, I would like to thank SK Associates and Group for this opportunity. Meanwhile, I'll just share my screen. I hope I'm completely audible and my screen is visible.
Yes, Pooja, you are.
Thank you so much. So, My presentation is basically on the basis of, on the perspective of how students should be doing during their university curriculum, and what are the four doors that they can open that can take them from backpack to the boardroom. Here I have tried and collected all the points that I have, being a student and a professor, has experienced during my journey, so that this can be helpful for all the students that are here. And probably if any university people are here, they can also see that which are the points that student would like to, you know, let them know that these are the things that are helpful for us. I have been professor for 6 years of my life, and almost 12 years of my education. After that, I have started with my own organization, which works on the literacy part. We work on computer literacy as well as computer literacy, vocational and computer literacy. I am also associated with Gujarat government for their finishing school program. Now, the main four doors that I was talking about, they are very important for any student that can take them from backpack to boardroom. The first one I would like to say is Project Playground. Here we teach very, innovative subjects. We have already put lot of innovative subject in our curriculum. Even all the branches, whether it's engineering or BCom, BA, whatever courses we look into, all the courses have now integrated a lot of unique subjects. But the problem is those are all theory based. All we do is having theory based subjects, which might or might not directly associate with all the learnings that you need during your entrepreneurship. So rather, I would suggest all the students to work in any kind of projects during any and every subject. You take it, so I'm an engineering background student. So I would take example related to engineering. So if you are, let's say, in a part of computer engineering, even though you feel that C language is the basic of it and we are having it in first semester, what we would be knowing about a project part. But still try and make very small projects related to each and every subject that you are learning. C language, C++, JavaScript, software engineering, whatever you learn, try and make a documentation, try and make a unique project out of it. It's not just about that you're going to learn the process, it's also about you're going to learn a little bit about how to find the problem statement. Critical thinking, that's the most, probably if I'm not wrong, all the entrepreneurs sitting here agree with it, that rather than finding a solution, it's very important to know the problem statement very clearly. And if I understand problem statement very clearly, I can find out the solution and it can become my project or service or product. So to identify that problem statement, you need to learn, you need to start somewhere. If I'm going to start after completing my graduation, probably it will take a longer period of time. So why not to start in your college with every subject, making it a ground base for your critical thinking. The second door, according to me, is internship. Now, it's not just about the last semester internship. I'm also talking about take any and every kind of internship, whether it's a 1 month internship at a BPO center, whether it's a 15 days internship at an IT company, or 10 days internship at a cafe. Any and every internship is going to teach you something. Uh, I remember that once in my, learning part, I have done 3 days of internship at one of the cafe. And while you are at a cafe, you learn the art of convincing the customer. You learn the art of asking correct question. So, you know, those creative things also are supposed to be learned at every step of your life. So do whatever kind of internship that you get. Now, a lot of my students, while I was working as a professor, would ask me, ma'am, but nobody is, allowing us for a short period of internship. No company is ready to take us for 15 days of internship or a 1 month of internship. I would tell them that it's not just about IT companies. You go anywhere that you find people around you. Anywhere where you think that there's a business going on. you will learn the art of it. So take how many your internship that you can, because after every semester, at least in India, we have after every semester is a break of a month or so. So you can take this kind of internship and build up your story. The third door that I think which is important is the co-curricular activities. Now, a lot of parents do not allow students to have co-curricular activities with their studies, and the main statement for them is that the co-curricular activity will destroy your focus from studies. But trust me, for business and entrepreneurship, the co-curricular activity will teach you about team building. The best thing that you can learn from co-curricular activities and clubs, hackathons, the different game playing activities, or different clubs in your college as well. All those are going to teach you about team building. How do you solve conflicts? How do you learn about finding out the event planning? All those things can be learned in this co-curriculum crawl. Those activities are not just a door for your team building part, but also for communication. These activities, these clubs are going to help you even find out like-minded people. So for example, if I'm part of a let's say English club, I'm going to meet people who are also in the same club, who are having same interests as me. We also have a lot of institutes now have entrepreneurship club, where they specifically arrange this kind of seminars and where people learn the art of it.
Yeah.
I have seen in a lot of my clubs activities, students have found out the business partner as well. So these are very good place to mingle with like-minded people. The next door that I would say is not just the last one, but event enthusiasts are something which is going to teach you each and every step process of your entrepreneurship. Whether it's problem, whether it's pitching, whether it's fundraising, whether it's budget management, whether it's leadership, every quality that you require in order to be an entrepreneur is going to be learned through this tour. And I have seen a lot of my students starting their journey from this fourth tour. So this fourth door is something which will let you know what kind of capabilities that you right now have. It is going to help you do your SWOT. Strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. It is going to help you do your SWOT very well as well. You will be able to find out that if I'm good at all these three things, I always believe that you're supposed to find a partner that, going to complete you. In order to the skills that you don't have, that partner is going to fulfill that, skills. So if I know that I'm good at these two things and my business require another two things, I'm sure that I need a partner that has that two things. So this fourth door is something that even if you cannot, if you are in last year and you could not participate in the first three doors, trust me, that fourth one is still available to you. And it is going to help you be the best version of you. After this fourth door, there are some beyond points that connect and collaborate, being participating in this kind of events, this kind of conferences. For example, today, everybody that is part of this conference is going to connect with each and everybody. We are going to learn about each other's points, we are going to learn about perspective of each other. Probably I might connect with one or two people on the basis of that I know that we are going to help each other in our businesses somewhere. Same way, if you connect, if you collaborate with people in this kind of conferences and try and attend as many conferences, as many events of the college as possible. Don't think that this is just a small get together. What am I going to learn out of it? You are going to meet a lot of people, and entrepreneurship is something where you will need people and you will require a lot of people, right? Together, everybody can achieve more. Solo army was a old concept, though a lot of us are also working solo, but then somewhere there are a lot of people associated with that. Our network is our net worth right now. So connecting and collaborating with people, you will require to attend a lot of this kind of events, and these events are only happening through your college. So participate in them. Surround yourself with people who challenge and inspire. Do not be with people. So I'm talking about all of your friend circles. Don't just be with people who just say yes to everything that you say, or who are going to buttering you, but also be with people, make your circle such that they will inspire you. It is always said that you are sum total average of the 5 people that you be around with. So make sure that you surround yourself with people who are going to help you grow, and not just who are going to waste your time. You know that you need to dream big in order to achieve big, but the first step is going to be a smaller step. So start with anything that you have right now. Even though you might feel like that this idea might not work, trust me, the failure is also going to teach you a lot of things. So start that small thing that you are thinking from so long time. And as and when you will grow, as and when you will find your next steps, it will be perfectly fine. Trust yourself, trust your learnings, and do not hesitate to ask for help. Help is always available. You need to ask for it. There are a lot of people who are ready to help you. You just need to make sure that you ask correct question and you ask correct people. Even if you won't ask correct people, you will find them eventually. So hope that you find your steps, you find your project, you find your process. It's always not about the destiny part, it's also about the journey. Hope you enjoy your journey, and anything out of this can help you. Thank you so much again, and I hope that this is going to help a lot of students. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Pooja. That was a wonderful speech, and thank you for sharing the tips. I would request you to please share your email address in the chat box. And if any of our audience has any questions, seeks further information, please don't hesitate to reach out to her.
Thank you so much.
Now I request
everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pooja. Now I request Mr. Tushar to commence his speech.
Thank you. Nice speech, Ma'am Pooja. Very nice to hear about your thoughts. And thank you, Mr. Shravan. Thank you, the entire team at SK Associates and everyone on the panel for being here today. So my speech is on the role of universities in fostering entrepreneurship among students. I started out with my company, Consultancy Ventures, in 2016. And that time, the Startup India had barely got launched, including Invest India. And I remember checking on the website, and there were 436 startups registered with Startup India at that time. And my journey of these 9 years has been such that today there are more than 120,000 startups registered with Startup India. So I feel very lucky, and I feel that, I was there at the right time and was able to contribute to the development of startups and entrepreneurship among students. And in this entire journey, I have given more than 300 talks, events, panel discussions. There are more than 175 videos of mine on YouTube, and more than 300 articles which I have written over these years. So I feel on the role of universities, the Indian universities have emerged as pivotal players in nurturing entrepreneurship among students, complemented by the proactive measures taken by the government. This synergy is reshaping the educational landscape, providing students with not only theoretical knowledge, but also the practical skills necessary to thrive in the world of entrepreneurship. Higher educational institutions are updating their educational programs to include more entrepreneurial coursework. With their emphasis on practical application, entrepreneurship courses are quickly becoming essential components of the curriculum. This change guarantees that students learn real-world insights into the field of entrepreneurship in addition to becoming academic notions. With an integrated approach, colleges are dismantling old academic barriers, establishing a collaborative environment between disciplines like business, technology, engineering, and medicine, and so on, allows students to draw from diverse backgrounds from a variety of knowledge bases, equipping them for the complex difficulties of entrepreneurship. Becoming an entrepreneur doesn't necessarily require a large amount of money, a background in a big city, or the invention of something completely new. It is about identifying problems, conducting effective market research, and creating a unique value proposition. In the face of rapid transformation driven by technological progress, globalization, and the fourth industrial revolution, higher educational institutions play a critical role in fostering a culture of entrepreneurship. Universities must emphasize 21st century skills such as critical thinking, complex problem solving, and innovation. Despite the allure of entrepreneurship, many students encounter hurdles in pursuing their ambitions due to the lack of proper mentorship and guidance. Universities can help students by providing education that requires an entrepreneurial environment. They can impart entrepreneurial skills and knowledge by updating existing programs and developing entrepreneurship courses. In this regard, the launch of an entrepreneurship university in Delhi was a um, a very motivating factor, which I saw as the next step in the field of entrepreneurship. These universities can even provide industry in-house internship to students with local companies, which will further enhance the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Universities can promote potential ideas by facilitating collaborations among students not only from the area of business, innovation, and entrepreneurship, but also from other areas like engineering, sciences, and medicine for sharing and growing their knowledge so that they can choose their venture accordingly. For instance, Harvard Innovation Lab provides a collaborative environment for students to turn their ideas into reality, fostering hands-on learning. Some of the Indian universities have dedicated entrepreneur hubs where students are provided with space to incubate ideas, collaborate with stakeholders, and share experiences. The need is not only to make them more effective, vibrant, and productive, but also to showcase their performance to other universities so that each university can get motivation and have such dedicated entrepreneur hubs which can contribute to the success story of India. To give an example, there is a company which came to me from Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. It was incubated in IIT Delhi. It was called Tadpole, and they convert any combustion engine vehicle to electric vehicle. And this student belonged to Kashmir, and he had started his business in Kashmir, and wherever he pitched, in whichever university he pitched his company, he got the grants or the funding from there. Now, universities can play a crucial role in fostering entrepreneurship among students. They do this in several ways. One is entrepreneurship education. Second, experiential learning, like providing opportunities for students to gain practical experiences like project-based courses, internships with startups, or participation in business plan competitions. Third, entrepreneurship clubs and organizations. I think I've lost count of the number of invites I receive from entrepreneurship clubs and organizations to do panel discussions, speaking sessions, to give them project-based work so that they can share ideas, they can learn, and it's really amazing. Fourth is as incubators and accelerators. Many universities have their own business incubators like IITs and IIMs. I was recently in the pitching event at IIT Ropar, where almost 60 million rupees, which is 6 crores, was being distributed. And the startups were water related and agri-tech related, and the type of startups which were pitching were really amazing. They had come out with low price point products which were suitable for the Indian farmer who's typically not a rich farmer and can afford these type of products. Fifth is mentorship. Universities often have networks of alumni and other industry professionals who can provide mentorship to student entrepreneurs. And the last one is research and innovation support. Universities are at the forefront of research and innovation. If you look at the number of patents and intellectual property filed by Indian universities over the last 9 to 10 years, it has been an exponential increase. So that tells you that research findings, labs and equipment, patenting support, all this has gone up from the side of the universities. In the current time, the global startup ecosystem is witnessing an unparalleled surge, with startups achieving unicorn status at an unprecedented pace. India boasting 6 unicorns within the top 100 unicorns list has firmly established itself as the world's third largest startup ecosystem, encompassing an impressive 107 unicorns. The 2022 Global Startup Ecosystem Report gave an astronomical $6.4 trillion in value created by the global startup ecosystem. There are some other ways in which universities help the economy as well. For example, job creation. More than 270,000 jobs have been generated in the last year alone, which was 35% increase from the previous year. Catalyzing local development. The entrepreneurial ventures not only benefit individual entrepreneurs, but also wield a profound impact on local communities. The inception of businesses open up myriad avenues for commercialization, conquering, fostering improved infrastructure development. Then the improved standard of living, which is a dual socio-economic upliftment. And entrepreneurs play a pivotal role in enhancing the standard of living. Now, lastly, the Indian government has been actively supporting entrepreneurship in colleges and universities. Some of the ways in which they are being supported is first is the Atal Incubation Center, which is an initiative by the Atal Innovation Mission. These centers are established at universities, institutions, and corporates, and they aim to foster and support world-class innovation. Second is Fund of Funds for Startups, 10,000 crore rupees, which is almost $1.3 billion, has been set up under the Fund of Funds for Startups scheme over the 15th Finance Commission. And a lot of venture capital funds and private equity funds have taken money from this Fund of Funds scheme. Third is the Mudra loans. These are small ticket loans, which typically startups don't get support from Indian banks. So a special scheme called Mudra loans has been there since some time by the government, which provides loans worth 50,000 rupees to 10 lakh rupees. Lastly, the Startup India Seed Fund scheme, which provides financial assistance to startups for proof of concept, prototype development, product trials, market entry, and commercialization. Now, how can students get involved in entrepreneurship with these universities, the way all this action is happening? You can join an entrepreneurship club on the campus. You can get exposed to different aspects of entrepreneurship, such as ideation, validation, prototyping, pitching, funding, etc. You can take entrepreneurship courses or electives so as to acquire the theoretical and the practical knowledge of entrepreneurship. And for example, the Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India offers a 2-year postgraduate diploma in management business entrepreneurship that prepares students for entrepreneurial and managerial careers. You can also participate in project-based learning or competitions. For example, the Smart India Hackathon, which is a nationwide initiative that invites students to solve problems faced by various ministries, departments, industries, NGOs using digital technology. What are some of the success stories of leading educational institutions? The IIT Bombay is renowned for a strong focus on innovation and entrepreneurship. The IITB Incubation Center plays a critical role and has incubated over 500 startups since the time of its inception. The Indian Institute of Information Technology, Hyderabad, is another player. And BITS Pilani, it offered leave for entrepreneurship You can, after completing 1 year, you can take a leave after 1 year, rejoin the program after doing entrepreneurship for some time. These are all innovations which these universities have tried over the years. In conclusion, the universities are inspiring the entrepreneurship generation. They serve as transformative hubs, developing potential entrepreneurs into innovators and leaders. They lay the groundwork for a generation that thrives individually while moving economic and societal growth forward by providing education, resources, and collaboration opportunities. As India's journey towards sustained economic growth and innovation continues, universities will play an increasingly pivotal role in shaping the entrepreneurial leaders of tomorrow. Thank you so much.
That was a great speech, Tusharji. It
Thank
actually
you.
inspired me from within too. That was extremely well. I would like to request you to share your insight in the chat box for any queries that attendees might have.
Sure.
And for the moving ahead, I would like to invite and request Ishitaji to commence her speech and share her insights.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Tushar. That was a really inspiring speech. And I learned a lot of new things as well.
Thank you.
So today for my speech, I want to make it a little bit more interactive, and I encourage participants to drop keywords or insights that they might have throughout the workshop. And I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, please let me know if you can see it. All right, so today I'm going to talk about 3 steps to bring innovation into entrepreneurship. And essentially, I'll be going over design thinking and how we can use this framework into our entrepreneurial creativity and process. A little bit about me. I work in communications and marketing strategy. I've made multiple digital products, including websites and other designs. I have conducted workshops with universities such as Ashoka, OP Jindal, and other international organizations. I specialize in social impact events and projects, and my background is in international developmental economics from the University of California in Los Angeles. So to start with, the first thing that I would recommend all entrepreneurs to think about is setting a goal. The goal should answer this specific question: what do I want? And the action is what can I do? And priorities are what do I choose within what I can do, right? So something that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with, myself included, was time management. Because we only have so many hours in a day, and there's usually a lot of things that we want to accomplish within that limited time. So creating a list of priorities is very important, and that includes personal time. That includes what you like to do for hobbies, right? So that you can refuel and then get back to whatever goal you set. And I also recommend entrepreneurs to think about more deeply within their goals, their why, their how, and their what. So your why becomes your purpose, right? This is the deepest quality that you want to embody and showcase to the world. Your how is your value. This is perhaps things like integrity, right? Or things like inclusivity, making things accessible to multiple people. Such values inspire and bring momentum to your work. And then your what is your behavior. How do I show up every day, right? How do I start my mornings? What energy do I bring when I go into my entrepreneurial workspace? So thinking about these aspects is very important to actually start working towards your goals. Okay, so now we're going to talk about what design thinking is. And this is the second step in the 3 steps here. So within design thinking, you have the first stage, which is empathizing, right? So the interesting part about design thinking is that it puts the solution at the end. The initial stages are just about understanding who you're solving a problem for and understanding what exactly it is the problem is, right? Getting super specific about it, getting really in depth about these details. So the first stage is to get an empathic understanding of the problems that need to be solved. And this actually goes deep into what a user wants, what a user needs, and what their problems really are. So when we talk about empathy, we think about it from the perspective of putting ourselves in the shoes of someone else, right? So this is a super important part, because once you actually understand the who of your problem, you can come up with solutions which will actually help them rather than what you as an entrepreneur might think the world needs, right? These are usually two very different things. From there, we go to define the problem, right? This is when you actually analyze and brainstorm to identify core problems through innovative techniques. User personas, super important. What does your person look like? The person you're solving this problem for, right? Who are they? What kind of things do they like? What age group are they? What color might they like? Getting really in depth about their characteristics will help you define the problem even better. You can create journey maps, right? What does a day in the life of this person look like, right? Or perhaps what are they actually facing when they're facing this problem? Let's say it's something related to public transportation for women, right? Or not having access to it. So how does a woman travel from her home to her work, and what challenges does she face, right? Does she have access to toilets on the way? If we're thinking in the Indian context especially. And from there, you start actually piecing together the problems, right? And you build a very definitive problem statement, which becomes kind of your thesis. So at every stage of the process, you come back to that problem statement and you ask, okay, what I'm building, is it actually answering this problem, right? The third stage is ideation. And this is where you get creative and you have the most fun. So you use brainstorming techniques and mind mapping techniques to just go crazy. There's one where you just come up with 100 different ideas to solve a problem. And it can be as silly as making a new kind of a colorful eraser for a child, to be more engaged in their drawing. And it can be as complex as making an electric vehicle. And I really like to use visual boards such as Miro, Trello, and Microsoft Whiteboard, because these really help visualize and open up the way that you understand and see a problem, right? So the more you see, the more you put things on paper in the world, the more motivated you will be rather than just keeping them in your mind. The fourth process is prototyping. Now, this is where you actually build a scaled down version of the product and you can start testing it with small sample sizes. This can also just be as simple as a pitch deck, right? You can build a pitch deck for, showing the problem that you're solving, what your idea is, and actually take this to venture capitalists, take it to pitch competitions such as Unleash, for instance. And from here, you'll actually receive really valuable feedback from experts in the field to reiterate, right? In this process, you keep going backwards. It's not linear. You keep going back and forward. So once you have feedback, you can go back, change certain ideas, maybe even the problem statement changes, And then from there, you actually build a test product and take it into the market. This is the actual part where you go and test, let's say, some healthy chips that you've built. And you actually go to grocery stores and you tell them, hey, I want to sell these chips. Can you please put this on your racks, right? And give me some data about what kind of people pick it up, right? What kind of people read about it and then leave it. So these kind of testings and prototyping ideas start then happening. And from there, you have a product, right? And then again, the process is infinite, right? You keep getting more data, you keep receiving more feedback, and you keep going back. Okay, so implementing design thinking in business. So I want to give 3 examples from my own experiences. So I used the design thinking framework first for a project I did with Women Lift Health, which is a women in STEM organization based in the US. And I helped them bring accessibility into their existing assets through the Web3C digital accessibility guidelines. And I created new digital products for them as well. Once we identified using design thinking exactly who the persona was, what the women they were trying to target, where they were from, what problems they were already facing in accessing Women Lift Health's current products, and how they could actually be more motivated, right? So I created assets which were actually accessible to visually impaired women and improved their scope of delivery for the project. The second one that I really like doing actually is design thinking as a service. So for me, I like hosting workshops with universities. So this is an image from Ashoka University where I worked with graduate and some Young India fellows to go through the design thinking process, and we did a little pitch competition there as well, and we came up with solutions to solve for campus related problems. And then design thinking in business strategy is really, really fun because you actually work with executives. For instance, at Nouvelle School, I worked with the director of learning. We created new pathways to reach personas, and we built a completely new marketing strategy which improved their metrics, improved their reachability, and even opened up the market for them. So the third step in the entrepreneurial journey is to think holistically and long term. And this is where the SDG lens comes in. So the Sustainable Development Goals are a group of 17 goals by the United Nations, which essentially look at sustainability from a holistic perspective. Things like poverty, gender equality, having good education, these are all part of the sustainability that we look at. It's not just about climate change. It's not just about, the environment. It includes basic day-to-day challenges that human beings face. So there are many ways that you can integrate these sustainable development goals into your business strategy as an entrepreneur, and hence make your pitch future-proof, right? And something that's good for the planet, which is super important, especially given, how much trauma we're all going through. So I would really urge you all to take a look at their page and think about what sustainable development goals you might even want to solve for. And lastly, I want to show this interesting solutions exhibition, which the snowball effect does. And essentially what this organization does is that they sell innovations which already exist to other users so that you can recreate them in your own communities. So they have a bunch of solutions which already have been tested. They work really well across global audiences. And they're all social impact related, right? They're all looking at the SDGs and working to solve for some global problem or the other. And you can actually sign up for these exhibitions, learn more about the solutions which already exist, learn from the challenges and the successes of these entrepreneurs, and then build or even rebuild a solution, right? Because sometimes the solutions already exist. We're trying to solve a problem and we look at a different country or a different community and we see, oh, hey, they've already done this, right? So it's, in fact, even a good idea to recreate solutions, with all the permissions and everything. Make sure that it's done in a credible and open way. And you can bring ideas and bridge ideas across different communities. So that was my presentation. And I would love to open up the floor to any questions you might have or any keywords that might have come up for you. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Shita. That was a wonderful speech. Anybody, do we have any questions for her? Okay. Anybody, you can raise your hands or write in the chat box. All right, okay. No issues. I believe we have no questions for now. All right, I would request you to please share your email address in the chat box. And if anybody has any questions, seeks further information in future, please do not hesitate to reach out to her. Next, I would request Dr. Earl to commence his speech.
Good evening, everyone. So I'm Dr. Earl Masakayan, Associate Dean of the Philippine Law School. So I'm honored to stand before you today as an attorney and a doctor in business administration. Today I want to shed light on the crucial role that universities play in fostering entrepreneurship among students. So first we have to define entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is not just about businesses. It's a mindset, a force that propels innovation and economic growth. In our rapidly changing world, entrepreneurial spirit is more important than ever. So also we need to discuss the changing landscape. So the business landscape has transformed significantly with startups driving disruptions across industries. So what are examples of these disruptions? Uber, Airbnb, YouTube. So they are disruptions. So Uber is a disruption to the traditional taxi system, and Airbnb is a disruption to traditional hotel system. YouTube, a disruption, or the Netflix, disruption to the traditional television system. These shifts underscore the need for universities to adapt and equip students with the skills necessary to thrive in this dynamic environment, especially that AI is now becoming popular. So we need to adapt. So we need to so just like what happened to Nokia, which did that adapt to the technology. So you know what happened to Nokia. So now let's go to the role of universities. So universities are not merely institutions for academic pursuits. They are incubators for future leaders and innovators. Recognizing this, many institutions have developed programs, courses, and resources specifically tailored to nurture entrepreneurial ambitions. So there are universities in the Philippines who already offered AI, artificial intelligence, game design, and other modern pursuits. Fostering a culture of innovation, so creating a culture that encourages innovation and risk-taking is paramount. Universities should be environments where students feel empowered to explore unconventional ideas, knowing they have the support to turn these ideas into reality. So we should not cancel or deny if they have ideas in mind. So we have to guide them. So we should not think inside the box. We should think outside the box. Then practical experience. Theoretical knowledge is invaluable, but the true test of entrepreneurial prowess lies in real-world application. Universities must provide opportunities on hands-on experience, internships, and incubators, allowing students to bridge the gap between theory and practice. Then, cross-disciplinary collaboration is also important. Entrepreneurial success often stems from collaboration across disciplines. Universities should actively promote interdisciplinary initiatives, fostering an environment where diverse perspectives converge to create groundbreaking solutions. As an attorney, I recommend the exposure of students to the legal aspects of business, such as taxation, commercial, transactional, and employment laws. Then we have also the supporting resources. So those are mentorship, networking, and funding are the lifeblood of aspiring entrepreneurs. Universities must offer accessible resources, connecting students with experienced mentors, facilitating networking events, and providing avenues for securing the funding needed to bring ideas to life. So, challenges and solutions. Acknowledging the challenges students face is crucial, from financial constraints to fear of failure. Universities should address these obstacles head-on, offering tailored support systems and guidance to empower students to overcome adversity. In conclusion, universities are pivotal in shaping the entrepreneurial leaders of tomorrow by fostering a culture of innovation, providing practical experience, encouraging collaboration, and offering robust support systems. They become the catalyst for transformative change. As students, embrace the entrepreneurial spirit within you and let your time at university serve as the launching pad of your journey in the dynamic world of entrepreneurship. So thank you for your attention. I look forward to witnessing the incredible entrepreneurial endeavors that will undoubtedly emerge from our academic institution. Thank you for inviting me at Conference 3.0. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Earl. That was an amazing speech. And thank you for joining us today. I would request you to please share your email address in the chat box. Anybody who would like to connect with you, they can do it in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now I request Ms. Roy to commence her speech.
Hello. Can you hear me good? Okay?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I'm going to share my screen. Perfect. So the idea of this conversation is try to understand what can do the universities, but also what can do the students for try to develop entrepreneurship or skills that can help the entrepreneurship. So I am Roy. I am from Argentina, but now I am living in Sweden. I am finished my master in digital management. I am researcher in 2 companies in UK, but also I am teacher in degree for engineering. I am teacher of service design. And also I am a teacher in a program of master in Colombia. I am an anthropologist. I always tell that I am the anthropologist or the social scientist in technological teams. And for me, it's so important be here in this conversation because I was studying in India. I was living in Hyderabad in 2020 before the pandemic. So I have a good connection and good remembers about my time in India. So I am listen when people are writing. If I maybe can mute because I have a problem. I am a person that when distraction, I cannot do this. If everybody can mute, you can help me. Thank you. And yeah. So what is the meaning? What is the situation today? Okay, we have a challenge. We are living in one complex world. What is this? According to the World Economic Forum in January of this year, this is incorrect, the sources, they identify that we have in one moment that is a good opportunity for universities and also for the people for try to develop new business model. But also we have a challenge. We are in a complex world. This is a framework, Cinefin, is the author is Dave Snowden, and he told that we are here now. We are in complex world. What is the meaning about this? We are in one context that we cannot control, have a lot of uncertainty, have a lot of challenge, and you need develop new skills for try to adapt, for try to develop your agile mindset, for try to surf this wave in the better way. So, but also we have a challenge. what happened with the gender in the industry of entrepreneurs. So the countries also have a challenge, and the university have a challenge for trying to develop more spaces for women in this type of things. So if we look the glass without water, we can look that, okay, the context is complex, it's a lot of information. I am studying here, I'm going to finish my master or my bachelor, and okay, everything is changing around the world. And maybe the universities sometimes are slow for adapting to new programs or new technologies. But also, if you look the glass with water, we can identify, okay, universities have a huge opportunity for develop entrepreneurial talent, but also it has to be done. And also you, like a student, can do something about this. So what is entrepreneurship? Because we listen in this conversation about investors, about startups, but what is real be or entrepreneurship people? In my opinion, it's not only about have a startup and go to Silicon Valley. I have a lot of money. I think entrepreneurship is one form of life. So I have some personal definition about what is entrepreneurship for me. I think being an entrepreneur goes far beyond simple launching on a startup. It is truly an ethos or a way of life. You can be one entrepreneur working in one company. You can be one entrepreneur doing one practice or one internship. I think also it involves looking at the world, at seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. So it's so good to discuss today also about design thinking, because design thinking is the way for try to how we can resolve the problems. It's not only about ideas, because ideas are a lot of, but the meaning, according to the X talk, is about what is the problem that we are resolving using this idea? And this is a super powerful question. Also, it's trying to see failure as a learning opportunity. And this is so hard because the humans don't like have a mistake. Always we are sharing in social media, in the life, what are our achievements. But it's so difficult to speak about failures. But the failures are the opportunities, or try to learn more about this and be resilient about this, of course. And in my opinion, being entrepreneur is be proactive, is one attitude, it's about perseverance, it's about try to make something different. Yeah, very nice. Nice words, but what we can do about this? According the World Economic Forum, if you look the first 10 skills according to the future of work are interesting, because we are living in one context, complex context. The machine learning, the intelligent machine are advancing. But what happened about the skills? If you look the first skills are soft skills, are skills that cannot be replaced for a machine. Analytical thinking, creative thinking, resilience, motivation, curiosity. So this is interesting because you can use the technology for try to improve the time, for try to cap new ideas, but also you need to put in the table your human skills. And this is so interesting. So, in my opinion, is how we can look the future of work, in this case, how we can develop entrepreneurial skills with other camera, with other point of view. So, I have one thesis. I was working 1 year ago in one algorithm in Chile, in South America. And the thesis of the algorithm is that the future of work, your currency, is your transfer skill set. It's not about your role. It's not about your degree. It's about what are the skills that you are putting in your bag according to your experience. So in the past of work, for example, my grandmother, your career is your work. you are working, for example, you are law or you are a doctor during your life and you never change. After that, in 2018, a lot of crises around the world, recession, your career is one succession of different works. So you are the same doctor, you are the same law, but doing the same in different companies. But what happened in the future of work? Okay, this author is Josh Bersin tells that the future of work is pixelated. What is this? The career is one experience with different things, like a works, like a project, like a task, in different type of company. And this is interesting because universities need to be prepared for this, but also the companies need to be attracted for the younger people that are coming to the works. So I think it's so interesting because it's not only about how we can be entrepreneur inside the companies, it's how the future of work is changing. So we are in one moment so special now. So if occupation disappear, according to this thesis, what do we do? Okay, this is the thesis. When you look the role, when you look the title about the occupation, you are looking a little portion about the skills and the gift that the people had for put in one project. But if you look in the other way, if you look this with the other point of view, you can identify that in this case, these people have a lot of skills. Look one thing. In LinkedIn, 3 years ago, you can associate skills of your professional career. So this is one signal of the future. If in LinkedIn you can put, okay, I am law, but LinkedIn asks you, okay, what are your 5 skills in the work? Something is changing. So you need to be so alert about this type of things because, okay, something is changing. I can be quiet because I don't want to change, but also I can try to adapt. I think the future of work is about how we can be more agile, how we can adapt. So I think it's a lot of information, but I'm going to put here one practice exercise. How is working this? Okay, this is I am looking job. Imagine I am looking job. This is my LinkedIn. If you look my CV like a competence approach, you can identify, okay, she can be director or manager because I was director of public innovation in presidency of my country. She know a lot about public policy. She know a lot of education. It's like a look at career, what align, But this is bad because I have lost a lot of good opportunities for me here. So the thesis is, okay, what happened if I look the same CV, but with a skill approach? So a lot of companies of human resources are looking this CV in this way. So if we need to develop entrepreneurial attitude, we need to put in the bag new skills. What skills? Okay, we have skills according to the World Economic Forum, but also what are the skills that I can put in this company? So if one human resources, one person, one HR can look me, myself with this approach, okay, I know about problem solving, I know about creativity, I know about agile planning, complex project management. So maybe in this approach, I can work like Scrum Master, project manager, product manager. I can be professor. So my opportunities are increasing. So, okay, what you can do about this? Universities can be the container, the space, the safe space for try to promote entrepreneurship, of course. Try to put more skills in the bag of the students, but you cannot just sit back and wait for this happen. You need to move. So I think the universities can develop different things. This is examples. I create one academic of, it's not one university, it's Digital Academy of Government in Argentina. We had in 2019 60,000 students, and we create different artifacts for try to develop entrepreneurial things in the public servant. How we can develop these skills in public servant for try to be more efficient in the solution for the community. So we create a lot of things. It's not about how money you need for this. I think if you have the intention, if you have a little team, you can develop this type of thing. So yeah, this is examples working in real project with the community. But okay, you are one student, maybe listen to this conference. So what you can do? We spoke a lot about this. I love the conversation with the other speakers because we are in the same page. First, be curious. Join as many activities as you can at the university or maybe communities that you like. For example, you are studying something, but really you want to develop your career in, machine learning. Try to look communities. Try to join in events. Try to connect people in LinkedIn. Try to be curious. Try to connect with the ecosystem. And try to create links, because it's not only about your CV or your qualification, because maybe you are the best student in the university, but I think it's enough. I think you need links. You need to create links with others. Invest in your networking. It's not about have the best. It's about how you can connect with others. Be protagonists. Knock the doors 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Sometimes the people told me, Ro, you are living in Sweden, your life is magic. Yeah, maybe in Instagram you are sharing the good things, but in the back, some doors was so close for me. So I knock 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. So it's according, you need be protagonist. So make the most of the university space to solve real problems. Try to put in the table real problems in your practice, in your exercise. And I think the other point is if you are studying in one university, I think I won't be enough. So you need to be curious. You need learn, or the meaning of lifelong learning. The university can be the floor, but you need to be curious about what is happening, because today are a lot of new tools every day that can improve how we are working. Be impeccable. Try to be, it's not about efficient, it's about quality of job, because you never know if one professor is look you, if maybe one client is look you, maybe see one other college is look you, and okay, please work with me. So you never know. So when you are working, you are a student, you always are sending one message. So try to be impeccable always. And if you can dream what you do, for example, if you want to be an entrepreneur, or you can work in one company with a spiritual entrepreneur, you can do it. I think it's about discipline, about focus, about quality. In my case, I am the first generation of a student in my family. My mother and my father don't finish the college. My father don't know write and don't know read. But now I am doing my first master outside to Argentina. I'm going to move to Washington in 2 months for work. So you create your opportunities. Any going to come here and give you something. You need to move. You need to be curious. You need to knock the doors. It's our responsibility. And if you move, the people look, and you people want to work with you. Thank you very much for the time. This is my website. I'm going to share now my website in the chat, and I am open for questions. I am open if you want to ask me something. Of course, if I can help, you can write me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Roy. That was a wonderful speech, and thank you for being with us today. As you said, please do share your email address and the website and your LinkedIn link in the chat box. And if any of our audience would like to connect with you, they can get back to you. Now, I'd request Mr. John to commence his speech.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'll be sharing my screen. All right. Just call out my attention if there are technical issues with my slides, but I assume it's now showing up. All right. So now that we have finished all of the discussions about the role of universities in fostering entrepreneurship among students, to wrap up everything, let's discuss the significant shifts in business today. And when we say shifts, what are the trends, or if I may say, what are the issues surrounding the businesses today? And I'm delighted to be here tonight, today, wherever you are, to share insights on the significant shifts in business that are shaping today's business landscape. But before that, my name is GM Agudo, and I am a management consultant at Ipsos Strategy TI, where I've had the privilege of working with global brands and companies, including my current engagement with some of the companies or some of the logos you see here on the slide. Some of them were my clients, and some of them were my employers. Now, we'll delve into the dynamic landscape of trends and issues, focusing on 4 key areas. First, we'll discuss the expanding ecosystem. The second one will be the progressing purpose. Third is driving technology. And lastly, where do we go from here? Okay, let's start with the first one. Now let's discuss about this one. In this first segment, we explore the concept of an ecosystem strategy that involves diversifying a brand's offerings under a unified umbrella, creating an interconnected web of products and services that deliver exceptional value to customers. Now, interestingly, studies reveal that 72% of consumers express a preference for engaging with brands that offer a wide range of interconnected products and services. McKinsey, a renowned authority in the industry, sheds light on the magnitude of this opportunity. Their latest analysis underscores that the integrated network economy, also known as the ecosystem businesses, could represent an astounding $100 trillion value pool by the year 2030. And this potential value equates to approximately a third of the world's total sales output. Imagine that. And as we navigate the shifting business landscape, the concept of an expanding ecosystem emerges as a cornerstone for fostering holistic brand experiences that resonate with today's consumers. Now, let's try to delve deeper here. Super apps, or these successful super apps as shown in the slide, exemplify the epitome of firms embracing ecosystem strategies. While these super apps have gained significant popularity in Asia, we're witnessing notable attempts to replicate this business model in Western countries as well. So I'm sure you are familiar with this one. An intriguing development in the realm of ecosystem strategies is Elon Musk's acquisition and rebranding of Twitter to X. And this strategic move aligns with the overarching goal of transforming Twitter into an all-encompassing platform. a manifestation of the ecosystem strategy. And now, here's the brand spotlight. Let's talk about the ecosystem strategy of TikTok from China. With a staggering 1.1 billion monthly active users in 2023, last year, TikTok's remarkable ascent as a short-form video platform has opened the door to an innovative ecosystem strategy. By capitalizing on its massive user base and engagement, TikTok ventures into a comprehensive digital ecosystem, offering diversified offerings, enrich user experiences, and capitalizing on emerging trends. But this Chinese app keeps on expanding. TikTok's robust user base becomes the springboard for expanding offerings and revenue streams, enabling the platform to broaden its scope and impact. In fact, here's the pivotal insight lies in TikTok's dual role. Not just a hub for music discovery, but also a platform for users to explore songs they wouldn't typically encounter. A TikTok's commission study reveals that 75 of their users discover new artists through the platform. And additionally, 63% of TikTok users heard or are introduced to previously unfamiliar music via TikTok. So leveraging this insight, TikTok introduced their TikTok music. Although currently limited to some countries like Brazil and Indonesia, two of the biggest markets for TikTok. This new service leverages its unique capabilities to shape and enhance the music experience for its diverse user base. So overall, that's how firms with ecosystem business models continue to expand today. And for the next significant shift, let's talk about the progressing purpose. There's this term called apocalypse fatigue. And this is characterized by the exhaustion of making seemingly insignificant moral choices. And it has led to a decline in consumer-driven sustainability efforts. And now to counter this, brands can foster a positive change by shifting the narrative from individual admonitions to collective efforts in achieving government targets, thereby playing a pivotal role in alleviating the overwhelming apocalyptic tone of eco-narratives, especially in light of persistent concerns about inflation and ongoing crisis. Now, so this one is what we call the fashion industry. I'm sure you are familiar with this. This one has an estimated value of 106 billion US dollars in 2022, and it underscores its remarkable scale, right? Constituting nearly one third of the global apparel market. So that's 106 billion US dollars. The sad part here is the 92 million tons of discarded clothing that are being annually found on its way into landfills like this. And this is a troubling statistic, equating to a rubbish truck's load every second. Now, here are some initiatives being done by some of the fashion brands to combat the negative environmental impact of fashion. There is this emergence of resale platforms that signals a paradigm shift within the industry. So, reshaping the consumer experience, these platforms unite sustainability, affordability, and style, providing a conscious and dynamic approach to fashion engagement. Notably, renowned retailer H&M has teamed up with ThreadUp to introduce a resale service. And of course, US Shein customers can now engage in buying and selling previously owned items through the Shein mobile app. This surge in e-commerce endeavors exemplifies the the industry's response to evolving consumer demands and sustainability imperatives. So that's one of the notable cases on how companies continue to progress their brand purpose nowadays. And the third one is about thriving technology. And of course, when you say technology, there's always one word or one terminology that comes into our mind, and it's about AI. AI-driven business or marketing in revolutionizing business strategies as high-achieving enterprises that surpass their objectives and outpace industry rivals increasingly leverage artificial intelligence. Remarkably, 28% of these organizations actively employ AI compared to just 12% among mainstream companies. And then a significant 57% of top performing companies plan to embrace or implement AI within the next year, in contrast to less than a half of their mainstream counterparts. The primary use case for AI across diverse regions is data analysis, of course. A pivotal driver, and this is a pivotal driver of informed decision making. Here's another brand spotlight, and we're going to feature Vivi Cola. This one is a respected Swiss beverage company founded in 1938, and this brand has embarked on a transformative journey by embracing artificial intelligence or AI to reshape the beverage industry. So I'm sure you've heard about Coca-Cola's AI ingredients or AI-powered ingredients, but this one has also been leading it in Switzerland. So they leverage cutting-edge AI tools such as ChatGPT, Midjourney, and Unreal Engine. And Vivicola expeditiously formulated a groundbreaking product that stands at the intersection of innovation and technology. So this is how they did it. I'll just briefly discuss it. So first, when it comes to ingredients, they asked ChatGPT to develop a low-sugar vegan soda infused with health benefits in a remarkably short span of 2 days. So they also asked ChatGPT to suggest names, and this one and ChatGPT suggested Vivinova. And then they asked Midjourney and Unreal Engine to develop or generate a captivating label design, transforming a basic ASCII berry image into a futuristic illustration that encapsulates the essence of Vivinova. So here we go. In just 2 days, Vivicola's team accomplished a groundbreaking feat, developing the world's first AI-created soda. And this is the first one, not Coca-Cola. And this is Vivinova. This achievement encapsulates the power of artificial intelligence in driving and accelerating innovation, propelling Vivicola into a new era of possibility and pioneering distinction. Okay, so now that we've explored the transformative shifts in businesses, the crucial question emerges. Here's the question. Where do we go from here? So now, as we navigate this evolving landscape, let's pinpoint again key waypoints to guide our journey. So earlier, we discussed about ecosystem strategy. Businesses or startups must embrace the ecosystem strategy to cater to an array of customer needs, cultivating a seamless experience that amplifies brand loyalty and market presence. The second one, as we discussed earlier, is brand purpose. Companies should foster positive change by reshaping sustainability initiatives into collective endeavors. Let's combat apocalypse fatigue by instilling a sense of meaningful action within your brand narrative. And lastly, technology. Technology's triumph. Let's harness the power of AI to optimize business operations, empowering your brand, your business, to proactively shape its trajectory and maintain a competitive advantage. By following these waypoints, we can navigate the challenges and seize the opportunities that the evolving business landscape presents. Again, thank you for having me tonight as we explore the significant shifts shaping modern businesses. So let's connect on LinkedIn. Here's the QR code, and feel free to connect by scanning the QR code on the screen. If you want to access the deck, the QR code is also provided here. Again, thanks for having me.
That was a great speech, John. I really appreciate it and the case studies you presented. Please do share your email address in the chat box so that if anyone is interested, they can straight away connect with you on a mail too. Apart from that, I would like to thank you everyone for joining us for the conference. I know 1.5 hours per day for a consistent period of 3 days can be quite hectic for all the participants especially. And I know that learning is a tough journey, but again, obviously, where there's pain, there's gain. Right. Thank you everyone for joining us and contributing your valuable time as a speaker, as an attendee, as a participant, as an organizing team member. And I hope, and we all strongly hope, that everybody actually gains some knowledge from this conference. Now, looking ahead, we're excited to announce that our next conference, 3.1, will be held from March 15 to 17 on the topic of the role of governments in fostering entrepreneurship among students. We hope to see you all there and engage in insightful discussion. Thank you again, everyone, and we'll look forward to reconnecting with you next month in an upcoming conference. To subscribe to our YouTube channel positively for getting the recordings of this conference and to access the recordings of our previous conferences and to get updates on our upcoming events too. And obviously, do follow us on social media handles. We are present across LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Readily available, update you with latest trends into the field of entrepreneurship, startup ecosystem, and obviously, not to mention, consulting. And obviously, I would like to request the HR team to kindly share the certificate registration link in the chat box for all our attendees, along with the feedback form. Thank you. The HR team will also be circulating the certificate form link in the conference groups post completion of the conference. So if any of you have got any queries, any feedback, any reviews you want to give, there'll be a Google review link attached to it. You can simply go there, drop a comment on your feedback throughout this conference and any suggestions or recommendations you have for us so that we may improve the quality of our upcoming conferences. We look forward to your feedback and we wish you all a great day ahead. Keep dreaming, keep inspiring, and keep starting. Have a great day.